Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. History has been made today by Leicester City after they have won the FA Cup trophy for the 2020-2021 season after a 1-0 victory at Wembley against Chelsea. We'll be talking about the game, we'll be talking about everything that happened and Leicester's rise to a historic day. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get back to talking about Leicester City, who have won their first FA Cup trophy. It was a game where going into it, we kind of all hoped that it would be a game full of quality, a game that would be an exciting encounter between two very good footballing sides. However, it didn't quite live up to that expectation, and in the end, the heroes of the day for the Foxes were midfielder Youri Tielemans and goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel, whilst also there was a bit of an interference from VAR that aided Leicester to their victory. But this is a historic day for the Foxes, their players, their manager Brendan Rodgers, their owners, and of course, their supporters. The game went pretty much how I would have imagined it had gone and how I pretty much said in my preview video that I said it would go. Chelsea had the majority of possession but were unable to create anything clear and significant in front of the Leicester goal. And they failed to really cut down and break down against a solid, stubborn and resolute Leicester defence. Whilst the Foxes then would attempt to hit Thomas Tuchel's side on the counter-attack, with the pace that they have on the counter with the likes of Jamie Vardy and Kelechi Iheanacho and so on and so forth. And really the only real chance of the first half did fall to Chelsea, with Timo Werner on a few occasions firing wide. In the second half though, Leicester started to venture forward a bit more, grew more and more into the game in more of an attacking sense. But the pattern of the game, for the most part, did remain the same. Right up until the hour mark, though, where Leicester won the ball back deep inside the Chelsea half. And from distance, Youri Tielemans hit a screaming, stunning strike that fired right into the back of the net to open the scoring, beating Kepa Arrizabalaga in the Chelsea goal. The Blues were then denied twice by Schmeichel there and afterwards, who first managed to call out former Leicester players Ben Chilwell's header from close range, and then produced another fantastic save, this time to deny Mason Mount's strike from just the edge of the penalty area. But then came the moment where the Blues thought they had equalised. A long ball over the top of the Leicester defence found Ben Chilwell, and he drove on into the penalty area, put the ball past Schmeichel, and Caglar Soyuncu's clearance cannoned and bounced back off of substitute Wes Morgan, and the ball managed to find its way into the back of the net. However, VAR did interfere. VAR did look at the goal and found that Chilwell was offside as the ball was played over the top, chalking off the Chelsea equaliser and keeping Leicester in front. And from there, Leicester managed to hold out. They claimed the victory. They claimed the trophy on what was a historic day and what will be seen as a true feel-good moment for the club, and a true feel-good moment for a club most can't help but like. I think the bottom line you can put to the game as a result was it was a goal worthy of winning any game, and especially a cup final. Tielemans' goal was sublime and was the rare moment of magic that this game managed to produce, because let's face it, it really wasn't that great of a game. Leicester's game plan was well executed, to be fair to them, but Chelsea were rather lacklustre. Their attack wasn't quick enough, they didn't move the ball fast enough, their shooting was atrocious. But let's not completely focus on Chelsea here. This is Leicester's day. This is what Leicester have managed to create themselves. This is amazing what Leicester have achieved today. They played superb in terms of executing their game plan that restricted Chelsea, made it a boring game, but it kind of played into their hands a little bit in them doing that. And in the end, a fantastic and great goal was the difference maker. And like I say, let's also acknowledge and recognise arguably the man of the match from this game, Kasper Schmeichel, for 2 quality and key saves in the second half that helped Leicester triumph in this competition. You know, there's been a lot of debate over the years about the FA Cup, whether it's lost its magic, whether it's not as good as what it used to be, and I guess there is kind of evidence to support that kind of claim, and people may not acknowledge the FA Cup as what they used to many years ago, but I still think it deserves the respect that it has earned over them years, and I think people still need to recognise that this is still a big competition for everybody. And I think moments like this, moments like today, certainly signify that. They certainly go a long way to supporting that claim, and especially for a club like Leicester to win this competition, like I say, is fantastic. It's like they've been seen as kind of underdogs in this competition, and it's a great underdog kind of story, a great story for Leicester, a great narrative which is all about what this competition creates and what this competition has made for itself down the years. And you know, especially for like a team like Leicester, who I say, they're underdogs, and I think most people definitely have a soft spot for them because they are such a people's club. Their owners are great, their players, they've got some quality players in there. Brendan Rodgers is a quite likeable character as well. They've got some great people that are associated with that club, and I think it's just a nice feeling for them to have. And as a neutral, I like this moment for this club. Like I say, the players, the manager Brendan Rodgers, who finally has something to show for his hard work, not just as a Leicester manager, but also as a Premier League manager as a whole. And you know, as I say, the bottom line is mainly for their supporters and especially their owners. That family, they've been for a lot these past couple of years with the passing of the actual owner, the owner that died obviously in the plane crash a couple of years ago. So this will be a truly incredible and amazing moment for everybody involved with that club. But whilst Leicester will drink in the glory, whilst Leicester will obviously be celebrating long into the night, I'm sure they will quickly have to turn back their attention back to the Premier League, because there's no rest for the wicked. There are still Premier League games coming up over the next week where we close out this 2020-2021 season. It's going to be a big week for both clubs because, of course, the race for top 4 isn't over yet, and both are still very much in that race. It isn't over yet. These two sides will meet again on Tuesday night when Chelsea host Leicester in a 4th versus 3rd encounter. That game, potentially on what Liverpool do, could see either one of these teams really take hold over the other of the top 4 race. It really is all dependent on Liverpool as well. There are still 3 or 4 teams that are in the mix there. Both are still in danger of losing their top 4 spot and a place in next season's Champions League. So like I say, there is no rest for the wicked. And of course, on top of that, for Chelsea, I'm sure that they'll have one eye on their Champions League encounter with Manchester City in the final of that competition that's coming up in a few weeks' time. They would really hate to finish this season with 2 runners-up medals. So will that weigh on their mind when that game comes around in a few weeks' time? Or will this inspire the Blues to sort of become better in that final and rectify what went wrong here in this game? Only time will tell. But the bottom line here right now is that Leicester have won their first FA Cup trophy and have created history in the process thanks to a superb Yuri Tielemans goal, worthy of winning any game, especially a cup final, and a superb goalkeeping performance by one Kasper Schmeichel. And that is what we should be focusing on here more than anything else. But of course, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think of this game. What do you make of Chelsea losing this final? What do you make of Leicester winning this final? How do you feel about Leicester? Where do you think both sides will go on from here in terms of the top 4 race? And of course, Chelsea's Champions League final that's coming up in a few weeks' time. I'd love to know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions down below in the comment section. I'm sure they'll all make for interesting reading. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video.